Now at Atlantic Home Furnishings, buy your Christmas furniture with no down payment, no interest, no monthly payments for 15 whole months. That's right, don't pay a nickel or dime till $19.99 on approved credit. Plus, you can buy your appliances with no money down, no interest, no monthly payments for 12 months on approved credit. It's all happening right now at Atlantic Home Furnishings, 1294 Topsail Road, opposite Chester Daw. Newfoundland, owned and operated. They're well worth finding.
Future Tech in the Village Shopping Center and Utel Mobility, the official sponsor of the St. John's Maple Leafs, invites you to meet Todd Gillingham and Captain Nathan Dempsey tonight, 6 to 8 p.m. at Future Tech across from Shoppers Drug Mart in the Village Shopping Center. There'll be plenty of Christmas specials on Utel pagers and cellular phones. Sign up for the Utel Mobility paging system and receive a pager free of charge. Prize draws with authorized Maple Leaf jerseys and caps to be given away. All at Future Tech in the Village Shopping Center this evening, 6 to 8 p.m.
This offer is exclusive to Computer Renaissance, 27 Elizabeth Avenue across from Canadian Tire. With every computer system purchased from now till Christmas, Computer Renaissance will give you free gold. Introducing the Computer Renaissance Gold Disc. Over 200 software programs in 11 categories, including applications, business, educational, games, graphics, internet, and more. All free with the purchase of any computer. Computer Renaissance, selling new and used computer systems since 1988. 27 Elizabeth Avenue across from Canadian Tire. The Waterford Hospital Lions Club, serving the clients of the mental health program Waterford Hospital, are announcing their pre-Christmas draw. One prize only, and it's a 1998 Toyota pickup and a 1997 Toyota Tercel, both brand new vehicles. Tickets $25 with only 2,999 tickets printed. Get your tickets by calling 745-7626 or 747-9160. Draw takes place on VOCM's Nightline by honorary chairman George McLaren. Draw takes place December 18th. In the metro area, call Co-op Taxi for delivery, 726-6666.
Uniroyal knows winter.
Around here, everybody knows I Know Tires. They're like my specialty. People ask me, what's a good winter tire? I tell them, Rally M Plus S by Uniroyal. They're reliable winter tires. They give you the grip you're looking for on snow and ice. Rally M Plus S by Uniroyal are perfect for winter, and they'll last a long time. Hey, I got them on my car.
Uniroyal. Driving dependability home.
Visit any of the 8 Newfoundland Speedy Auto Glass locations today. Get your winter tires with no down payment and no interest for 3 months on approved credit.
VOCM World Atomic Time, 7:39. Arcade Gardner School, Sunnyside. Off the top, your VOCM School Information Report for Rainbow Daycare. Arcade Gardner reminds students their annual awards night goes at 7 o'clock tonight. Frank Roberts presents the night before and after Christmas with the school band and choir tomorrow night. Admission is $2. Gonzaga semi-formal dances Friday. Don't forget your money for a ticket and your contribution to the food and clothing drive. Bishop Whitehall Grade School. Parents, send along those school assessments, okay? Tickets for the St. Bon's Parents Association Breakfast with Santa on sale at the school, $4 each. It will be held on Saturday. There's a workshop on career planning for parents and students in levels 1, 2, and 3. It's designed to help parents assist their children with career choices. It's at PWC tonight at 7 in room 213. Parent-teacher interviews at Clarenville High this morning from 9 to 11. Thanks for the phone call, Art. There's no classes for students this afternoon. Teachers have a workshop, that's why. That's once again Clarenville High School this morning. Parent-teacher interviews from 9 to 11:30, but no classes this afternoon for students because teachers have a workshop. Parents and students at Baltimore High School, you're reminded the card game will go ahead tonight, 8 o'clock. Students have to bring or have been given a ticket to sell and have been asked to bring along a grocery item, so if you haven't yet done so, get it done. St. Edward's and Kelligers, the annual book fair starts today, this afternoon, 3 to 4. Tomorrow from 3 to 4 and 7 to 9. Some great Christmas gift ideas there. It's Recycling Day at Virginia Park Elementary. You can drop them off at the school this morning between 8:30 and 9:30. St. John Bosco K through 9 report cards will go home tomorrow, or actually will be distributed tomorrow during the scheduled appointment times. There's a newsletter coming home today regarding the first-term reports. Parents, if you didn't receive a time to attend for an appointment, you should contact the school. Don't forget the Avalon East School District Band will be in concert at Holy Heart tomorrow night. $5 for adults, $3 for students. Holy Family in Paradise, the annual breakfast with Santa, is coming up on Sunday. You can get your tickets. They're $3 each at the school. And the craft table, baked goods, and the spins on wheels. And Clarenville Primary, our students of the week this week are Gregory Jones and Heidi Rice, as well as Brenton Roberts and Claire Barber. Our school's a great place to learn because you are here. School information on VOCM, brought to you by Totally Tubular. Call 726-PLAY.
Would you believe? Brought to you by the Avalon Mall with over 140 stores and services. The Avalon Mall, still the best of all.
With Christmas fast approaching, Avalon Mall has over 150 stores and services to serve you this holiday season. For everything you need to trim the tree, find great and unique gifts, fill the stockings, and deck the halls, just shop Avalon Mall. While shopping at Avalon Mall, drop by and meet the jolly old elf himself. Bring your list of wishes to Santa and have a holiday photo taken you'll treasure for a lifetime. Santa's hours are 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Shop Avalon Mall this Christmas. It's choice for the holidays. Good morning. I'm Dave Wheeler with another Would You Believe on stations of the VOCM radio service. Would you believe the old saying that gentlemen prefer blondes but they marry brunettes now appears to have some very interesting psychological foundations. After a career study of the attitudes of 200 college students towards different hair colors, Dr. Dennis Clayton has come to the conclusion that the color of your hair definitely influences the way people think of you. The Utah psychologist explains that the study was designed to find out if people have a stereotyped idea of what someone is like based purely on their hair color. Well, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. Very high grades went to blonde men, for instance. They were seen to be successful, attractive, the most apt to be wealthy. But they were also considered to be relatively simple rather than complex in personality. Blonde women are seen as the ultimate expression of femininity. They're thought of as attractive, rich, successful, and happy, but alas, not overly bright. Apparently, the dumb blonde syndrome is still at work. Dark-haired men are seen as the most intelligent, relatively happy, and successful with no personality extremes. Dark-haired women tend to be thought of as average in every way, normal, familiar, quite intelligent, but not particularly outstanding. It's the redheads who really seem to stir up the most emotion, however. For men, bad grades. They're viewed as being homely, effeminate, timid, and non-threatening. Also complex and sometimes a little strange. But red-haired gals are just the opposite. They're seen as intelligent, athletic, busy, active, and no-nonsense. But really, folks, why don't we just wash that survey right out of our hair? And join me this afternoon for another Would You Believe on stations of the VOCM radio service.
Would you believe? Brought to you by the Avalon Mall with over 140 stores and services. The Avalon Mall, still the best of all.
VOCM World Atomic Time, 7:44. Jayne's outside of the VOCM Chevy Blazer.
Well, still a lot of water accumulation on our roadways this morning. Hydroplaning is still a definite factor, and do keep in mind with the temperature hovering around the 0-degree mark, you may come across some scattered black icy sections. Haven't come across anything yet, but reports of it over the Trans-Canada Highway in the Holyrood area. In and around the Twin Cities, just a reminder, Allendale Road is still closed from the Erie Confederation Building right through to the Parkway. You want to take the Parkway or perhaps Mount Si Road as alternate routes again today. They are expected to get that open later on this morning. And keep in mind as well, there is no left-hand turn off of Peach Street onto Kimmel Road between the hours of 8 and 5. On the New to Mobility Cellular Network in the VOCM Chevy Blazer, I'm Jayne Haynes. Believe in the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. VOCM cares.
You're listening to the VOCM radio service, Newfoundland's own.
VOCM and CNN, where the news unfolds with a breathtaking pace, where instant history is presented as a matter of course.
VOCM, award-winning news.
At 7:45, we are looking at some shower activity. It's 0 going up to 5 today. This VOCM news for Country Ribbon Chicken. The taste that's country good. And Day and Ross in Newfoundland. Nobody delivers like Day and Ross.
I love sunshine and country living. Blue skies and green fields give you such a good feeling. Out on the farm where the wind's blowing free.
It's party time with Country Ribbon Chicken Wings in barbecue, honey garlic, and buffalo style. So get Country Ribbon and get the party going.
I love sunshine and country ribbon.
In Newfoundland, Nobody delivers like Day & Ross.
Day & Ross drivers get your products where they have to go, fast.
With 6 terminals across the province, Day & Ross delivers to all major Newfoundland centers within 24 hours.
Plus, if you have truckload or less than truckload shipments to or from the island, they deliver.
Through same-day courier, Day & Ross can deliver your small packages anywhere in Newfoundland or North America.
And they do it all at competitive rates.
In Newfoundland, nobody delivers like Day & Ross.
Good morning, I'm Jerry Phelan.
And I'm Vince Gallant. In the news, get out those Christmas cards. After a late-night vote in the House of Commons, the government's back-to-work legislation has passed. Mark Brené reports for VOCM News.
Moments after MPs easily voted in the government's back-to-work bill, the Prime Minister didn't seem too concerned about the postal strike.
The time has arrived.
And for striking posties, it almost has. They should be back on the job as early as tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. The back-to-work bill will go to the Senate, where it should pass easily before getting royal assent. Labor Minister Lawrence McCauley says the government didn't want to do it.
This is not the first choice for anyone. In these circumstances, there was no alternative.
And now postal workers will soon have no alternative but to head back to work or face hefty fines. Mark Brené, Parliament Hill.
Many of the postal workers protested that back-to-work bill by engaging in civil disobedience. But 500 strikers marched in downtown Montreal yesterday, while 200 others marched on Parliament Hill. Some flights were delayed at Toronto's Pearson Airport, where strikers briefly blocked food and cargo from reaching planes.
The community of Black Tickle in Labrador is in crisis. There's no fuel oil, and some residents are going without heat. One young woman called the VOCM Nightline with George McLaren to say, while she doesn't believe the stories that residents are being forced to burn old clothes for heat, there is a shortage of fuel oil and some other goods, too.
Not all of the residents in Black Tickle are in the state yet where we have to burn our clothing for heat. Right now, there is no fuel in our community due to the retailer being sold out, and we're waiting for the oil boat. We expect the oil boat next week. I'm not saying that the situation mentioned last night is not occurring. However, it's not to a lot of people's knowledge.
Max Peddle of Goose Bay is setting up a relief effort, Operation Angel, to fly clothes and food to the coast to help alleviate the situation. He called the OCM Nightline with George McLaren and says he already has some goods to deliver to the area.
To get food, as you can imagine, in over the Trans-Labrador Highway, if it's like canned goods, 9 chances of 10 it's going to be frozen. But then to get it out to the coast is going to be another problem. But that seems to be alleviated right now. I've got lots of volunteers that will take it to the coast for me. Once it's there, it'll be on the way as soon as the weather clears. I understand today very few aircraft got into the coast due to the fog. As soon as the weather clears, I've got children's clothing to go into Black Tickle either tomorrow or Thursday.
MHA Yvonne Jones says Black Tickle was one of the most prosperous coastal communities in Labrador at one time, but the fortunes have changed since the cod moratorium. Jones says the people of Black Tickle have been asking for help for years.
They've been through DFO and trying to get new quotas and new licenses to reopen their plant. They've been asking for dollars from the federal and provincial government, of which we know there's a freeze right now on those dollars to upgrade plants and get them back online to be participate in the fishery. And these things are all affecting this community.
The leader of the Newfoundland and Labrador Party says Black Tickle is a stark example of the abuse suffered in rural parts of this province. Sue Kellen Dyer says the once rich fishing area is now experiencing grinding poverty because of the rape and mismanagement of our resources. Kellen Dyer says her party believes the natural resource legislation should ensure a long-term viability of the community by ensuring an equitable royalty regime and maximum infrastructure, among other things.
The Tories continue to hammer away at government with allegations about problems in the healthcare system. Health critic Bob French says there's been occasions when hospital food in St. John's has been delivered by the same truck that carries soiled linen and biomedical waste. French says it occurred when the hospital food truck was broken down on Sunday and Monday of this week. French put the question in the House of Assembly. It raised the ire of Premier Brian Tobin.
After all, Mr. Speaker, I say to the Minister, there's a lot of difference between disinfecting your toilet and washing your dishes in it.
This gentleman, with these kind of questions, which are cast in a way which is totally irresponsible, not designed to improve the healthcare system, but rather is designed like some kind of a political hijacker, Mr. Speaker, does nothing to help the healthcare system, does everything to call it into disrepute.
French said his sources are confidential. He questioned whether proper sanitary procedures were used. Health Minister Joan Marie Aylward says it's the first she's heard of it and says she would be more than happy to act once she has the details.
When you look at a system that's over $1 billion, it's obvious that there are situations right across the province where an issue can be brought forward, maybe an isolated incident, that I would not be aware of it in such a big healthcare system as ours.
Opposition leader Loyola Sullivan says seniors who work for the government are the victims of pension clawbacks and have not seen an increase in 9 years. He says one 60-year-old man receives $872 a month after working 25 years for the government. Sullivan says the man will receive his first Canada pension plan check later this month, but will have more than 70% of it clawed back by the province.
Police are now treating the death of 35-year-old Paul Cromwell as a homicide. Cromwell died from carbon monoxide poisoning due to smoke inhalation in a fire at his Field Street residence in the capital October 11th of this year. RNC Sergeant Paula Buckle says police investigated numerous leads in the arson case and have a suspect. She also says on the night of the fire between 9:30 and 10:30, Cromwell was known to have been in the company of another man, and police are looking for the public's assistance.
However, at this time, we are certainly looking for the assistance of the general public in locating any person who may have seen Mr. Cromwell and a male companion in the Field Street area on the evening of this incident, October 11th, 1997.
The constabulary is putting on a push to halt abuse use of Ritalin, a drug normally used to help children with attention deficit disorder. It's become the illegal drug of choice in area schools. Sergeant Jim Carroll of the RNC's drug branch says in 2 years, Ritalin abuse has become a real problem with some serious consequences. He says if taken in combination with another prescription pill, Ritalin can be addictive.
It's becoming a continuously bigger problem, and we've become very active in forcing this from all aspects, from the double doctoring side of it to the doctor side of it, from educating the doctors, because a lot of them out there are being taken advantage of by adults who know the system very well.
It may be a winter wonderland at Metro, but the RNC says snowball throwing by youths at vehicles could cause a serious accident and will not be tolerated. In recent weeks, police have received numerous complaints from drivers. Windows and cars have been damaged from teens throwing ice and snowballs. Several youths have already been charged with mischief, and Sergeant Paula Buckle indicates that's the route police will take.
This is a very potentially dangerous activity, and it will not be tolerated. So therefore, we are reminding the general public, youths in particular, that this is a serious activity that can lead to injury, and so therefore we would ask them to exercise caution and not to partake in such activity.
A single vehicle accident on the Trans-Canada at the Holy Return off this morning. RCMP say they got a report of a van that skidded off the road and landed on its roof. No reports of serious injury. Officials say there's a lot of water buildup in the area, making roads slippery, so please drive carefully.
Cleanup operations continuing at the National Historic Site in Lansom Meadows. The fire at the Visitor Information Center Monday morning caused a lot of smoke and water damage. Fortunately, the artifacts were spared. Jayne Brewer of Parks Canada says preliminary estimates put damage at about $50,000. He says repairs will begin immediately.
Former Premier Clyde Wells says Newfoundland's drive to make schools non-denominational is not an attack on religion. Wells told a Reform Party gathering in Ottawa the issue of religious rights is a red herring. The Commons is scheduled to vote on the Term 17 amendment next Monday. Wells' comments were part of a debate organized by the Reform Party. He argued in favor of education reform. Joseph Hutchings argued the amending Term 17 would have a negative effect on minority rights. Inky Mark of the Reform Party is on the Intergovernmental Affairs Unity Team. He attended the debate and says it helped caucus members and other MPs hear for themselves the merits of both sides before they vote next week in the House.
The issue, the question that needs to be responded to is whether it does affect the rights of minorities, and if people perceive it as affecting the rights of minorities, they probably would oppose it, and then otherwise, if some people do not believe that the minorities do not have rights, then they would agree with the amendment to the Constitution.
The gas leak that led to the evacuation of 107 workers from the Hibernia offshore platform was caused by a small oil spill in the rig's utility shaft. Hibernia spokesman Alan Brown says a two-man team wearing breathing gear climbed about 70 meters down into the shaft yesterday to detect the problem. Says all traces of gas were quickly dispersed. Workers returned to the Hibernia platform Monday from the oil exploration rig Bill Shoemaker 30 kilometers away.
Volunteer firefighters are seeking their own pension plan. The recommendations contained in the annual report of the Fire Chiefs and Firefighters Association. President Wilson Wiseman of the Clarenville Volunteer Fire Department says government has been asked to appoint a select committee of the House to look into it. The association represents 6,000 volunteer firefighters across the province.
We're not saying at this point in time that it should be funded 100% by provincial government. Maybe this can be a cost-share type venture between the municipal, provincial, and the firefighters, maybe themselves. But let's sit down and look at the plans that are already out there in place and how they are funded, and hope that we can get something for our own firefighters in the province.
Education Minister Roger Grimes and the minister responsible for fire protection, Art Reed, have authorized the expansion of the Learn Not to Burn program Grimes says the program will be offered in all kindergarten to grade 2 classrooms throughout the province. Says by next spring, 300 schools will be involved. Grimes says the program's already saved 4 lives in the province.
The runner-up in the race for the mayor's seat in St. John's says an investigation needs to be done into whether he should be made to pay the $16,000 cost of the recount. Jack Harris says, despite a ruling by the mayor at a council meeting Monday night, the councilors can decide for themselves whether or not he should have to pay.
I understand that the Mayor Andy Wells ruled a motion out of order which would have waived the payment of the fee. I suspect that that the ruling was politically motivated, but I think the council doesn't seem to be aware that it has the right to its own discretion as to whether or not I should have to pay the cost of a recount.
The House of Assembly has become the first legislative body in Canada to endorse the Calgary Declaration. That declaration was drawn up by the Federalist premiers and territorial leaders last September. The resolution was put by Premier Brian Tobin and passed unanimously by the House.
The Christmas season was ushered in on Confederation Hill with Christmas carols and music from the St. John's Citadel Salvation Army Band, all part of the 12th annual Christmas Lights Across Canada ceremony. Transportation Minister Lloyd Matthews told the gathering Christmas is a time to focus on family.
I think it's appropriate that
we believe that the family, of course, is the heart, the soul, and the essential core that holds society together and that causes us to be the people that we are in terms of celebration and in terms of what it is that we choose to value amongst ourselves. And I'm offering to you this evening on behalf of the people of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador best wishes for a merry, merry Christmas and for a happy and a prosperous New Year.
$15,000 and counting, that's the amount raised during Miracle Day at the St. John's branch of CIBC Wood Gundy yesterday. All fees and commission generated by private clients, financial consultants, sales and trading staff were donated to the CIBC Wood Gundy Children's Miracle Foundation. Branch manager Ray Smallwood says it's one of the most successful fundraisers they've had.
Although the final tally is not in yet, I certainly know that we've raised at least $15,000, which will be distributed amongst a variety of charities. And when the dust settles, we may actually be in around $16,500, which would certainly be one of the better years we've had.
Looking for Santa Claus? We'll try the Chicago area. Steve Scott explains for VOCM News.
At 6 feet tall and 350 pounds, with rosy cheeks and a snow-white beard, he always resembled Santa Claus, but his name was Robert Ryan. At least it was until this week when he went before a judge to change that.
My attorney and I were standing in front of him. He looked at me and said, to the effect, I cannot be the Grinch of Christmas. Robert Ryan, you are now known as Santa Claus, I hear decree.
He's already changed the name on his driver's license and voter card to Santa Claus, and he's now waiting for his town's permission so he can put up a fence and keep reindeer in his yard. Steve Scott, ABC News, Chicago.
You needn't go down with the ship if you can't think of a gift for that certain someone. Now the man or woman who has everything can be captain for a day. The Delaware-based schooner project's offering the chance to skipper their 35-meter wooden sailing ship for a $2,000 donation. The money helps fund a nonprofit organization in Commercial Township, New Jersey. And don't worry if your first mate isn't up to skipper standards. The group will also supply a licensed captain and crew for the day-long sail. VOCM News pays for the best news tip of the day and $1,000 for the best news tip of the year. In sports, the NHL redraws the map and the Leafs blow another lead. Complete Newfoundland weather is next.
I love sunshine and country living. Blue skies and green fields give you such a good feeling. Out on the farm where the wind's blowing free.
Bring the taste of country goodness home to your family. Country Ribbon chicken burgers, chicken nuggets, and chicken strips. They're country good.
I love sunshine and country ribbon.
Utel Communications residential long-distance customers with the Real Plus Extra Savings Plan are calling anywhere in Canada and the U.S. for 9 cents a minute. And now it's been extended to December 20th. It's every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., 7:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. in Labrador. Dial direct or use your calling card.
Only 12 cents a minute for our customers without the Real Plus Extra Savings Plan. Some restrictions apply. Call 1-800-563-3722 for details.
Take 9 cents further than ever before with Utel Communications.
VOCM satellite weather. First, Labrador West, light snow mixed at times with freezing drizzle today, tonight, and tomorrow. Moderate to strong northwesterlies, high 0, low -2. Goose Bay region, intermittent drizzle changing to wet snow around noon and to rain overnight. Rain changing to wet flurries tomorrow. Moderate northerly winds, temperatures +2, rising to 4 tonight. For the west coast, the northern peninsula, the Bay Bird Peninsula, and for central Newfoundland, Grand Falls, Windsor. Becoming cloudy throughout with mixed showers and flurries this morning. Changing to rain this afternoon. Northerly winds 30 to 50 kilometers an hour, gusting to 70 kilometers an hour along the coast. High +4. Tonight, rain or wet snow. Northerly winds 40 kilometers an hour, low 0 to +2. Tomorrow, intermittent mixed rain and snow, tapering to a few wet afternoon flurries. Northwest winds 50 kilometers an hour. They will gust to 70 kilometers an hour along the coast, and the high temperature around +4. For the east coast, except the Bay Bird Peninsula, for the south coast, and for the Avalon, excluding Metro, a few showers or early morning wet flurries. Southerly winds 30 to 50 kilometers an hour. They'll gust to 70 kilometers an hour along the coast. High from 3 to 6. Cloudy tonight, a few showers. Southwest winds 30 kilometers an hour. Low 0 to +3. Tomorrow, a few showers. Southwest winds 30 kilometers an hour. High from +3 to +6. For St. John's and Mount Pearl, meteorologist John McPhee.
For today, cloudy with a few showers. Southerly winds of 40 kilometers per hour with gusts to 60 and a high of +5. For tonight, cloudy with a few showers. Southwesterly winds of 30 kilometers per hour and a low of +2. For Thursday, cloudy with a few showers. Westerly winds of 30 kilometers per hour and a high of +5. This is meteorologist John McPhee for Environment Canada, your window on the weather.
Now the rest of your VOCM 5-day forecast. Friday, flurries or showers. Saturday and Sunday, flurries. This hour over the Twin Cities, the VOCM color weather radar screen, showing some showers and flurries mixed at the moment. Sunset this afternoon, 9 minutes after 4. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:34. Around the province, Wabush, light snow, -3. Cloudy and 2 at Goose Bay. Rain and snow mixed at St. Anthony and 0. Corner Brook's overcast and 1. Raining in 2 at Grand Falls, Windsor. Gander, it's raining in 4. Fog, drizzle, and 2 at Marystown. At the VOCM Twin Towers in Clarenville, raining in 6. Scattered showers in 2 on the big number 1 in CHVO Drive and Carbonear, and on the big number 1 in VOCM Valley, -1 with showers and flurries.
Stay tuned for the latest sports in Newfoundland and Labrador today.
This VOCM News for Country Ribbon Chicken. The taste that's country good. And Newtel Communications.
Next, VOCM News at 8:30. All the time on the World Wide Web, VOCM.com. For VOCM News, I'm Jerry Phelan.
And I'm Vince Galat. Have a good day.
Newfoundland and Labrador today. An update on resource development in Newfoundland and Labrador for a prosperous tomorrow. Brought to you by Freedy Goldman, Marystown, employing Newfoundlanders servicing oil rigs of the world. The dynamic management and highly motivated, experienced workforce at Freedy Goldman Marystown, with years of experience in the steel fabrication industry, are dedicated to customer satisfaction. These skilled tradespeople, performing with enthusiasm, serve the entire offshore drilling industry from its state-of-the-art purpose-developed steel fabrication facility. Our competent craftsmen strive to meet the client's schedule and budget expectations daily. Freedy Goldman Marystown, meeting the challenge of satisfying every customer, making a valuable contribution to the Newfoundland economy.
Good morning, I'm Jerry Phelan. An update from Roycefield Resources concerning the Beaverbrook antimony property in Newfoundland. The company says related to the startup of operations, mill construction and equipment installation at the site has been completed. Mill commissioning of crushing and other milling equipment has been in progress, and the mill is processing 400 tons of ore-grade material a day. The first shipments to purchasers, amounting to over 100 tons of concentrate, have been shipped. The company says as a result of the commencement of mining operations in July, there is currently about 2 months' mill supply of ore-grade material stockpiled on surface, which will be processed, they say, at a very low cost. They say the components of the demonstration trioxide plant are now on-site and being assembled, and test production is set to commence in January. Last week, Roycefield also announced that it's found increased reserves at its Beaverbrook property. I'm Jerry Phelan.
Listen each day at this time for an update on resource development in Newfoundland and Labrador. Brought to you by Freedy Goldman, Marystown, a world leader in design, fabrication, retrofit, and repair of offshore drilling rigs. VOCM World Atomic Time, 8:06. Appliances? You need appliances? Don't be confused. Here's a great idea. You only have to shop at Island Furniture and see their great lineup of GE appliances, including washers, dryers, ranges, refrigerators. Purchase your GE appliance right now at Island Furniture, and you don't pay till Labor Day, 1998. No payments, no money down, and no interest. No pay till Labor Day, 1998. Island Furniture and GE. They bring good things to life.
Get quality for less here at Island Furniture.
I'm Sheldon from Gooseberry Cove. I have a BSc from MUN and will soon finish the Applied Business Information Technology program at College of the North Atlantic. Smart move for me. I've just had a job offer from SaskTel.
I'm Leanne from Labrador City, Senior Technical Designer at the Grand Concourse Authority. Thanks to the Architectural Engineering Technology program at College of the North Atlantic, I'm putting my skills to work in improving the physical environment of our capital city.
College of the North Atlantic, dedicated to learning for the new world. This sportscast brought to you by Hickman's Building Center. Come in and meet Team Hickman at Hickman's Building Center, 60 O'Leary Avenue. They're tough to beat. Christmas at Hickman's Building Center means great gift ideas at great prices. Come in and we'll help find something for that one person on your list who is so hard to shop for. We've got great gift ideas on stocking stuffers for under $25, under $20, even under $10. Renovation supplies for him, toll paints for her, power tools, as well as furniture that would look great under anyone's tree. When it comes to great Christmas gift ideas at great prices, Hickman's Building Center is tough to beat.
The Leafs blow another lead. The Bulldogs trounce the Baby Habs, and the Wizards win their MCI Center opener. Good morning, sports fans. Brian Rogers, VOCM Sports. The Toronto Maple Leafs coughed up a pair of 2-goal leads at home and had to settle for a 3-3 tie with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks in one of 5 games played in the NHL last night. The Ducks scored twice in the span of 3:17 in the final 7 minutes of the contest to pull out a point. Toronto goalie Felix Potvin says the Leafs should have won.
I guess somebody's testing us, and we got to keep answering. We should have come out with 2 points. We got 1, but we got to go out Thursday and not thinking about those. Go out, get the lead, and keep the lead up.
Glenn Healy started for the Leafs and made 9 straight saves before straining his groin, stopping Timo Solani in a breakaway. So Marcel Kuzno has been summoned from the AHL St. John's Maple Leafs, and he'll back up Potvin against St. Louis tomorrow night. Ottawa won for just the second time in 12 games, doubling the New York Islanders 4-2. Joe Juneau scored the winner with 1:15 left in overtime as Washington nipped the New York Rangers 3-2. Peter Forsberg scored twice for Colorado in a 4-2 victory over Edmonton, and the St. Louis Blues snapped a 5-game winless skid with a 3-1 win over New Jersey at the Meadowlands. Craig Conroy, who set up all 3 St. Louis goals, says it's great to end a losing streak against a team as good as the Devils.
We had 2 back-to-back shutouts at home, and then all of a sudden, our confidence is a little down, and then to come in here and, this is a team you got to try to bounce back, and if you're going to start to get back into winning ways, this is a team that you got to try to beat, and if you can beat this team, you can score goals against anybody.
The NHL's Board of Governors has approved the move of the Toronto Maple Leafs from the Central Division to the Northeast in time for the start of the 98-99 season. Florida Panthers center Kirk Muller's been suspended for 2 games and fined $1,000 for high-sticking Nicholas Sundstrom of the New York Rangers. New Jersey right winger John McClain has demanded a trade. The Devils' all-time leading scorer becomes a restricted free agent at the end of the season. And a total of 125 NHL players have been selected to represent their countries at the 98 Games in Nagano, Japan. Colorado has the largest contingent selected with 9. The New York Rangers, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia have 8 players chosen. In the AHL, NHL holdout Oleg Tverdowski scored 3 times and set up another. The Hamilton Bulldogs dumped the Fredericton Canadiens 6-2 at the Cops Coliseum. Valparaiso's Terry Ryan was held off the score sheet, and for the first time in quite a while, wasn't involved in a fight. The St. John's Maple Leafs return to action Saturday and Sunday night at the Old Lady by the Lake. They host the Portland Pirates at 7:35 nightly. The Leafs are hoping to have center Brandon Convery and defenseman David Cooper back in the lineup this weekend. Connor's missed 9 games with a concussion. Cooper's missed the past 3 with a groin pull. In Cooperator St. John's Junior Hockey action, Mark Woodman scored the winner at the 16:54 mark of the third, giving the Trinity Placentia Flyers a 3-2 win over the Celtics at the Prince of Wales Arena. Jamie Barrett and Jason Williams also scored for the winners. Jamie Tobin scored both Celtic markers. And goalie Jeff Murphy, sensational for the Flyers, a 28-save performance as the Celts outshot Trinity Placentia 30-16. Metro Pee Wee hockey action last night. The Golds Pacers edged CBS 2-1. In the NBA, the Washington Wizards needed a change of scenery to get into the win column at home.
The Wizards open up the new MCI Center with a 95-78 romp over Seattle. They had gone 0-5 at the dingy U.S. Air Arena. Atlanta improved the record to a league-leading 15-2, trashing Dallas 112-79. Orlando slipped past Portland 89-88. San Antonio dumped the New York Knicks 90-84. Houston beat Denver 112-101. Phoenix shaded Milwaukee 90-86. And Del Curry dished out a Charlotte franchise record 41 assists as the Hornets stung Sacramento 121-102. The Toronto Raptors have lost their leading rebounder, Popeye Jones, for the rest of the season. He tore a knee ligament in Sunday's loss to the L.A. Lakers. Sports next at 8:35, all the time on the World Wide Web, VOCM.com. Dial 4 for sports. The VOCM 24-hour sports line at 753-4444. VOCM, Newfoundland Sports Authority. For VOCM Sports, I'm Brian Rogers.
Sportscast brought to you by Hickman's Building Center. Come in and meet Team Hickman at Hickman's Building Center, 60 O'Leary Avenue. They're tough to beat.
VOCM World Atomic Time, it's 8:12. Let's update your VOCM School Information Report. For Totally Tubular, call 726-PLAY. The R.K. Gardner School Sunnyside have their annual awards night tonight starting at 7 o'clock. Frank Roberts presents the night before and after Christmas. That's tomorrow night at the school. The band and choir will be playing as well. Admission is $2. The Gonzaga semi-formal dance, don't forget your money for the ticket on Friday, as well as a contribution for the food and clothing drive. Bishop White All Grade School reminding parents to send along school assessments today. Tickets for the St. Bon's Breakfast with Santa, the Parent Association Breakfast with Santa, coming up this weekend, $4 each at the school. There's a workshop on career planning for parents and students in levels 1, 2, and 3. The workshop designed to help parents assist their children with career choices, and it's at PwC tonight in room 213. Parent-teacher interviews will begin at Claremont High this morning at 9 through 11:30, and this afternoon there's no classes because teachers have a workshop. Parents and students at Baltimore High School reminded the card game will go ahead tonight at 8 o'clock. Students have been asked to sell a ticket and bring along a grocery item. St. Edward's and Kelligrews have their annual book fair today, 3 to 4, and tomorrow, 3 to 4 and 7 to 9. It's Recycling Day at Virginia Park Elementary today. You can drop your recyclables off at the school from 8:30 to 9:30 this morning. St. John Bosco K to grade 9 report cards will be distributed tomorrow during scheduled appointment times. Now, if you didn't receive a time, you should call the school, and there's a newsletter coming home today regarding first-term reports. Clarenville Middle School will hold a book fair today from 9 till 4 and tomorrow from 9 till 4. And for the convenience of parents, again, tomorrow evening from 7 till 9. Southwest Arm Academy advising parents of the PTA meeting taking place in the Resource Center of the school Thursday evening at 7:30. Clarenville Primary announcing the students of the week are in Mrs. Blackmore's class. It's Brenton Roberts and Claire Barber. Mr. House's class, it's Gregory Jones and Heidi Rice. Oh, a couple of other quick notes here. Holy Family in Paradise Breakfast with Santa this Sunday. Tickets are $3 each. You can contact the school. And don't forget the Avalon East School Board Avalon East District Band Concert tomorrow night at Holy Heart at $5 for adults and $3 for students. School information on VOCM is brought to you by Rainbow Daycare. There's a rainbow in your future. We'll talk to Danny at Solby's in the next couple of minutes, and birthdays are coming up. 273-5211, 466-2710. I'm Brian O'Connell.
Hey, good morning. I'm Jayne Haynes. Allendale Road is still closed this morning. A lot of folks getting cut off guard. They don't have the detour sign set up along Higgins Line, so make sure that you do use Mount Sinai Road or perhaps the Parkway as an alternate route. We'll have more at 8:29 as your VOCM morning traffic watch continues.
Clyde Wells defends education reform. I'll tell you about it in VOCM News at 8:30.
Ryan Rogers back with VOCM Sports at 8:35 here on the heartbeat of the 90s. 590 VOCM, your Merry Christmas station.
It's the VOCM countdown to Christmas. There's 22 days till Christmas. Just 22 days left to shop. This timely reminder presented by Christmas Warehouse and Wonderland. Open 7 days a week, including Sunday. The greatest selection to make your Christmas the best ever. It's the VOCM countdown to Christmas.
Don't sing like Christmas if the mummers are not here. Granny would say as she'd knit in her chair. Things have gone modern, and I suppose that's the cause. Christmas is not like it was.
Mark, what's the noise out by the porch door? Granny, 'tis mummers, there's 20 or more. Her old withered face brightens up with a grin. Any mummers, nice mummers, loud in. Come in, lovely mummers, don't bother the snow. We can wipe up the water, sure, after you go. Sit if you can, or on some mummer's knee. Let's see if we know who you be. There's big ones and small ones and tall ones and thin. Boys dressed as women and girls dressed as men. Humps on their backs and mitts on their feet. My blizzard, we'll die with the heat. There's only one there that I think that I know. That tall fella standing o'er alongside the stove. He's shaking his fist for to make me not tell. Must be Willie from out on the hill. Now that one's a stranger, if there ever was one, with his underwear stuffed and his trapdoor undone. Is he wearing his mother's big 42 bra? I knows, but I'm not going to say. Don't suppose you find mummers would turn down a drop. No homebrew or elky, whatever you got. Not the one with his rubber boots on the wrong feet. He's enough for to do him all week. Suppose you can dance, yes, they all nod their heads. They've been tapping their feet ever since they came in. Now that the drinks have been all passed around, the mummers are planking her down. Be careful the lamp and hold on to the stove. Don't swing Granny hard, 'cause you know that she's old. No need for to care how you buckles the floor, 'cause mummers have danced here before. My God, how hot is it? We'd better go. I allow we'll all get the devil's own cold. Good night and good Christmas, mummers, me dears. Please God, we will see you next year. Good night and good Christmas, mummers, me dears. Please God, we will see you next year.
590 VOCM St. John, 710 VOCM Clarabelle, Simini. Any mummers loud in? 818, Brian and Jayne, your VOCM Good Morning Show team. I had a request from a lady yesterday. Mentioned the hot link at VOCM.com.
Right.
To Christmas and Santa Claus, the site featuring previews from Santa's workshop, recipes from Mrs. Claus's kitchen, ornament ideas, etc., etc., etc.
All kinds of great stuff.
And the story, a visit from St. Nick. It's still the hot link today. We left it up another day because we had several requests to do so. So we said, yeah, sure, we'll do that for you.
Well, if you never had time yesterday, make sure you find the time today.
Check it out. VOCM's hot link today, VOCM.com. VOCM heard clear around the world.
Lumber World on News Place is featuring stained great oak, dressed 4 sides at fantastic savings. 1x2, just 49 cents a linear foot. 1x4, just 98 cents a linear foot. And 1x6, only $1.50 per linear foot. Also, for a limited time, get 20% off staring and moldings and 15% off Naughty or Claire Pine. Lumber World features free delivery and fast, friendly, and knowledgeable staff. Call Lumber World today, 576-SAVE. That's 576-7283.
This is a message on Canadian unity from the Coalition of Byway Shoppers. Canadians will no longer stand together to keep warm. Before it gets even colder, we will go to Byway and save up to 50% outfitting ourselves with incredibly priced winter clothing. Until this Saturday, we'll save up to 50% on jackets, sweaters, boots, and more. This has been a message on unity from the Coalition of Byway Shoppers, encouraging you to buy wise at Byway.
All right, Dish Heads, who wants to start, Frank?
Okay, Doc. Will my Express View satellite dish ever go the way of the 8-track?
Oh, Nadia, help him.
Don't worry, Frank. When ExpressView launches the new satellite, they'll offer up to 200 digital TV channels.
Good. What else, Group?
The free upgrade?
That's right. All the software and hardware it takes to get at all those channels. So should Frank worry about obsolescence?
Hooray! Good. I didn't buy a beta either.
Good man, Frank.
Want better TV? Get your head in our dish. ExpressView. Call 1-888-SKY-DISH.
Newtel Communications residential long-distance customers with the Real Plus Extra Savings Plan are calling anywhere in Canada and the U.S. for 9 cents a minute. And now it's been extended to December 20th. It's every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., 7:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. in Labrador. Dial direct or use your calling card.
Only 12 cents a minute for our customers without the Real Plus Extra Savings Plan. Some restrictions apply. Call 1-800-563-4722 for details.
Take 9 cents further than ever before with Newtel Communications.
Windowland, 1171 Topsail Road is clearing out their warehouse. The fall is here, and now's your chance to save on windows for your house, cabin, or any other building. Save on Polar Wood Windows, 96 by 63, regularly priced at $785. Out they go at $555. Or 48 by 32-inch, regularly priced at $305, clearing out at just $225. There are lots of sizes to choose from, and all Polar Wood windows are reduced. Call Bill or Tony, 364-7524.
590 VOCM St. John, 710 VOCM Carmel, 821. Brian and Jayne, your VOCM Good Morning Show team. And over we go to Sobeys Food Village, Rope Walk Lane. The man himself, well, Danny's off today. Olaf O'Neill is filling in. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad, Brian, yourself?
Well, pretty good. I was reading some stupid facts, you know. You know the average woman wearing high heels exerts 552 pounds of pressure per square inch on the heel. 552 pounds of pressure per square inch. That's enough to puncture your skin and go right through your heart.
I believe that. I'm not going to touch that one.
No, let's move right ahead here. I got some other news this morning. Interesting from Buckingham Palace this morning.
What's that?
The Queen has apparently invited Fergie to spend Christmas with the royal family. Against the wishes of her senior advisor, apparently she's invited her to join the royal family at Sandringham Estate in England. Fergie's accepted. And the funny part about this is Fergie will spend Christmas Day in the estate's wood farm, while her daughters will be at the main house with her royal father, Prince Andrew.
Segregation for sure.
I think so, yeah. And the newspapers in England, I was telling Jayne about this earlier this morning, newspapers in England are just brutal, you know. They've been all over Fergie about her weight. And anyway, they're saying the Queen's inviting her because they want to make sure they have a Christmas pudding. Yeah.
You are a cruel man.
No, it wasn't me. It was the newspapers in England. That wasn't me. It was honest. I wouldn't say that about her.
You better hope Santa Claus got all your gifts bought for you already.
And speaking of buying gifts, Mattel, Barbie dolls with their own MasterCards.
Gone high-tech now.
Well, I'll tell you, you thought you had trouble controlling the wife.
Scary.
Let's go to breakfast.
All right, for breakfast this morning, we got ham, eggs, toast, and coffee for just $2.29. Great way to start your day.
I like that. I like that a lot. On a day like today, that'll hit the spot. We're going to go aisle by aisle, do a little grocery shopping. What do you got for us today?
All right, in our meat department today, we have frozen Grade A or utility chickens for $1.39 a pound. In our produce department, we have fresh, crisp iceberg lettuce for $1.29 each.
Love that on a sandwich.
In our deli department, we have Don brand store-sliced cooked ham for $1.89 a pound.
Mm-hmm.
In our seafood department today, we have bulk salt beef for $1.99 a pound.
If you're making a Jig's dinner.
For sure, for sure.